Hi everyone, Kieran Brown here, and welcome to this video where I'm going to go through how to start intermittent fasting, a step-by-step guide. So this is what I used to help me lose 18 pounds in 10 weeks. It was the first time I tried it, and to be fair, it worked a treat. So I thought I'll go through how I did it, and yeah, if you're looking to do intermittent fasting, then hopefully this will help you. First of all, you want to choose your wake up and sleep time. So you want to base it off your current lifestyle, whether it be a job, like uni, school, and you want to allow for at least 8 hours of sleep. And something I've noticed from tracking sleep for a while with my Whoop band is even if you fall asleep at, say, midnight and you wake up at 8 a.m., that doesn't actually mean that you've got 8 hours sleep. And what I found is that I'm actually awake for around about 1 hour in between those times. So if you want to get like 7, 8 hours sleep, then you need to allow for like 8 or 9 hours from the actual moment of going to sleep to waking up to take into account waking up through the night. So in this video, I use the example of a 7 a.m. wake up and an 11 p.m. sleep, which I think is quite typical for a lot of people who work like 9 to 5 jobs. Next, we need to choose the length of the fast. Try and move my head out of the way. There we go. So basically, the longer the fast, generally the more difficult. So the most typical fast is usually a 16-8, which basically means you have an 8-hour feeding window and then you fast for 16 hours. There are some other options as well that you can experiment with, like the 12-12, 14-10, 18-6, and 24, with the 20-hour fast obviously being the most difficult. And the 12-12 being a bit easier. I decided to go for the 16-8. I sort of just tried it and it kind of worked. So yeah, it's good to experiment until you find something that works. Next, we need to choose our specific feeding window. What I found is that I could hold off eating for around 4 hours after waking up with no real problems at all. I'm using a tip which I'll mention in a later step. So basically, if I'm eating 4 hours after waking up, that means that I need to stop eating 4 hours before I go to sleep. So as you can see, 7 a.m., 4 hours later would be 11 a.m. And then if I'm going to sleep at 11 p.m., I need to stop eating 4 hours before that, which is 7 p.m. So I have the feeding window of 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you can do this for your own schedule as well. So how do I remember when to start eating and stop eating? Well, basically at the start, I set alarms on my phone. So literally I start buzzing when I'm able to eat. And then it would go off again when I need to stop eating. To be honest, after like a few days, sort of didn't need this anymore. But if you're just starting out, it can be super helpful. The next tip, which is what I just mentioned, is buying sparkling water and having some form of caffeine. And basically what these two things will do is it will make the initial 4-hour fast in the morning way easier. So the caffeine is obviously giving you energy, which you're missing out on from not eating. And the sparkling water, sparkling in particular, because I personally found it to be more filling, like kept me more full. Still water is okay as well. or any carbonated drink, basically. If you went for, say, like a 0-calorie soda, like a Pepsi Max or Diet Coke or whatever, then it would do the job of like filling you up, but it would break the metabolic fast. Like it would trigger an insulin response. So it wouldn't be a true fast, but if you're just doing intermittent fasting to control calories, then that can work as well. Personally, I went for sparkling water around 750 mils in the morning, and caffeine. I don't drink coffee, so I got these Pro Plus caffeine tablets, which I think they were like 50 milligrams of caffeine per tablet. So I'd usually take like 4 to 8 of these, and I'd make sure to wait at least an hour and a half after I've woken up to take these. And yeah, I felt this combo really blunted my hunger and got me through to 11 a.m. Where I'd have my first meal. So once you've gone through the initial fasting period, it's time to break the fast. And I had sort of 4 rules for making this as easy as possible. So I'd want a meal that is really easy to make, is enjoyable to eat, has a minimum 30 grams of protein, and keeps you full until your second meal. So on the right is an example of what I had. I'd have a tub of skyr yogurt, some protein powder, sort of like a protein bar, and some fruit. And I'd have this at like 11 a.m., 4 hours after I'd woken up. And it was like 65 grams of protein and under 400 calories. No prep involved really, apart from just putting the protein powder and the fruit into some Tupperware. And then I'd literally just like peel off the yogurt lid and pour the protein powder in, mix it up, and it's good to go. You want to make it as frictionless as possible. If you don't really like cooking, or it's a bit of a burden, then like it'll be way easier just to have a meal which doesn't require that. But if you love cooking, you do it anyway in the morning, then by all means go for like a cooked breakfast with high protein. But it's got to be convenient and easy for you, and that way it'll be easy to stick to in the long run. So in summary, step 1, you want to choose your wake up and sleep time, try and keep it as consistent as possible. And then you choose the length of your fast. The typical one is a 16-8, but if you find that too difficult, then you can drop down to like a 14-10 or a 12-12. Or if you really want to go for it, you can go for like a 20-hour fast and a 4-hour feeding window. And just keep experimenting until you figure out something that works. Set alarms initially if you sort of forgetting when to eat and stop eating. After a while, you sort of remember anyway. Step 5, sparkling water and caffeine. Basically, you want to try and blunt your hunger in the morning as much as possible and get you through that 4-hour feeding window. And then number 6, which I've left off there for some reason, is having an easy to high protein breakfast to break the fast. You want to make it as convenient and easy as possible, so that it's easy to stick to throughout the duration of your cut. Just a quick one to finish. If you look slim in clothes but have more body fat than you'd like, then click the first link in the description. Don't worry, I won't ask your email or take some hour-long webinar. It's just a short video of me explaining how I can help you to solve this problem. It's a funnel designed to sell you something. I'm not going to pretend it's not. You don't have to click. I don't mind either way. But if you're not happy with your body right now, then feel free to check it out. If you like the video, there's a button for that. If you want to comment any questions or video suggestions, then you can do that as well. Subscribe to follow my journey and to begin yours. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day.